Hello and a warm welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mary Juliana. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and remember to subscribe so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And for the returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. So today guys, I want to talk about things that you are supposed to know before you leave your country to come and work in the Middle East. Like, you just have to watch this video if you haven't come to the Middle East yet, or maybe if you want to give an advice to someone that is planning to come to the Middle East, or maybe you might be in the Middle East already and it will be good for you to watch this video because maybe you will know how to handle some things if you encounter them. So, as I normally say in all my videos, coming to the Middle East is a gamble. Why do I say it's a gamble? Because you are coming to, especially if you are coming to work as a house keeper, if you are coming to work as a housemaid, it's a gamble because you don't know the person that you are coming to work for. And in all countries in the whole world, we have good people and bad people. So it's a gamble. So you might come and find a good employer or you might come and find a bad employer. So in this video, I'm going to cover the things that you are supposed to do in case you come and find a bad employer. Okay, as you all know, as you all have seen from social media videos, we have some people that have come here, especially Saudi Arabia, and they leave this country with some of them traumatized, some of them live when they are dead, some of them live in wheelchairs, and some of them come out successful. So it leaves people confused. Why is it that we have some people that are working in Saudi Arabia, they are doing so pretty well, and we have some others that are going back home while they are dead and the cause of the death cannot be explained? So I'll cover some of those reasons here in this video. So stay tuned, watch until the end. Number one, I want to talk about that girl that has friends in Saudi Arabia and is planning to come to work in Saudi Arabia. Sometimes you will have friends in Saudi Arabia and you want to come and work in Saudi Arabia, and so they will be giving you advices. Okay, sometimes you have friends who have already run away from the contract, and sometimes you have friends that are on the contract. Well, my dear, if you have friends that are not on the contract, like are not working in their sponsor's house, like they ran away, if they tell you that when you are leaving your country and reach at the airport, run away from the airport, don't follow that advice. That is a very misleading advice. Why am I saying so? Because they are here in this country, they have already worked here for a period of time, they have experience, they know the language and all that. And you know nothing about Saudi Arabia. You have never worked in Saudi Arabia. You don't even know how to ask for water in Arabic language. So I will advise you to come reach Saudi Arabia, go to your sponsor's house, work there, gain experience. Then after you have worked there for some time, maybe now you understand the language a little bit, now you have mastered how to deal with Arabs and so on, you have understood the cultures, because the culture that you are taught in your country before you travel here, they just touch the basics, they don't go deep. But when you come and stay with the Arabs, they will teach you, they will tell you their cultures, and now you get used to the food, the dress code and everything you know around. Okay, that is when now you can decide whatever you want to do with your life. But if you are a newcomer, you are still coming, like you have never stepped your foot in Saudi Arabia, don't think about escaping at the airport. And I will give you reasons why you should not escape at the airport. Number one, most Arabs, those Arabs that don't want to employ someone from outside the country, like they don't want someone on the contract, like they don't have money to pay for you to come in this country, they normally look for labor from within the country. They normally employ the Kembois. We call those runaways Kembois. Those Arabs that normally employ Kembois, they prefer somebody that understands Arabic language. If you understand Arabic language, you have an advantage, you will get employment easily. If you understand how to cook Arabic foods, you will get employed easily. Okay, remember, you're just coming from your country, you don't even know Arabic foods, you don't know how to prepare them, so it will be a disadvantage on your side. You might find that you stay at the Dalala's place. Dalala is the person that will host you if you have decided to run away from the airport. That person that will host you and help you find an employer is called a dalala. So when you are at the dalala's place and you have zero experience, it will be difficult on your side to find employment. Okay, Number 2 reason why it's dangerous to escape from the airport before you arrive at your boss's house. Now you see, you're just coming from your country. Maybe you're coming from Kenya, you've just landed in Saudi Arabia. You don't know anybody on the ground. The only people that you know, maybe you met them on social media. Okay? And in most cases, these people that will tell you to escape from the airport, they are not working. They have a house. They are the dalalas. They have a house somewhere. They don't want to work. So they are looking for the newcomers, those girls that are not informed. They will advise you to escape so that when you go out there, maybe they will help you find employment so that you'll be paying them rent and you'll be giving them money to purchase food. Okay? So what happens if you are out there and you didn't find employment? Maybe because you have that language barrier, and those Arabs, they want somebody that understands Arabic language, and you don't understand Arabic language. So you end up not finding work. Or maybe you are big. I think if I use fat, it will be an abusive language. I don't know which word is best. Like if you have a huge weight, you know, Arabs, they prefer somebody who is slim. Okay, most Arabs, they prefer somebody who is slim. And since you have already left your country to come here, it means that that Arab favored you. You know, before you leave your country to come and work here in Saudi Arabia, the Arab that is your sponsor, that you sign the contract that you're coming to work for, they are normally given photos of several girls. They choose the one that they want to come and work for them. So they chose you, which means they are comfortable with the way you are. Maybe if you are huge, you know, and they chose you, you are lucky. Because if you go out there, the Arabs, most Arabs, not all of them, but majority, like I'll give it 90%. 90% of Arab, they prefer somebody who is slender. So if you go out there and you're huge, that is a disadvantage on your side, because it will be difficult for you to find employment. And we have these dalalas also. We have these dalalas that they help you escape, but they will not help you look for employment. Rather, they have these men that are out there. You know, here in this country, you are not allowed to fornicate, but they do it. They do it secretly. So we have some men that you will be sold for prostitution. Let me just put it direct. You will be sold for prostitution. How do they do it? They help the girls that are naive. You know, when you are coming from your country, you are new, you have no information about this country. You don't even know the person that is helping you escape. So when they help you escape, you have not even arrived at your boss's place. You don't have experience. You don't know. You are not familiar with the place and all that. They help you escape, and you go to their houses, and they will not help you find employment. Rather, they will sell you to those men. These things are happening here in this country. They sell you to those men. Those men will not give you money. Those men will give them money. It's them to decide the portion of money that they want to give to you. Okay? So you might find yourself doing prostitution without unwillingly. Because now if you refuse, they throw you to the streets. And remember, they can snatch the phone out from you and then throw you to the street. And now you don't know anybody, you don't know this place, you don't have a phone. How will you communicate? How will you find help? Now it becomes difficult. That's why it's risky for you to escape from the airport. It's better you come here. Then if you have maybe plans of escaping, that's okay. That's your decision. You know, nobody can make decisions for you. That's your decision. At least come, gain experience, get familiarized with the place and know how to deal with Arabs and all those things. Then you can decide if you want to escape. That's okay. You can escape. That is why it's good to watch this video. Another thing I want to tell you, before you leave your country to come here, I know most agents will give you your documents at the airport. Most agents, especially in Kenya, they don't give you your documents before the day that you are supposed to travel. So they'll give you your documents at the airport. That is the ticket, the contract, and your passport and yellow fever card, I think. At the airport, I believe you have a smartphone. I believe you have a smartphone. Take your documents. Especially the contract. I think the contract has all the information that you're supposed to take a photo. Like, take your phone, take a picture of all pages that have your information. The contract has your information, your name, where you come from, your phone number, your ID number, the name of the next of kin. It is in the contract. the name of the employer, employer's ID number, employer's SIM card, the location where you are supposed to go and work, it's in the contract. The agency that is bringing you and their location, their contacts, is in the contract. And then the office that is supposed to receive you here in Saudi Arabia, whether they receive you or not, there is that office that your employer went to apply for a housemaid. So that office, their details is in that contract. That is where that office is where you are supposed to seek help in case you encounter difficulties, or maybe if you are being mistreated. That is where you have to seek help. All those information are in your contract. Now you have to take photos of those information, page after page, those important informations. Take the photos, send them to your parents back home. Let them keep them. And another important thing, download Google Photos. Download Google Photos and save those information in your Google Photos, Google Gallery. So that in case maybe your phone gets spoiled, or maybe you lose your phone, you still have those information. And why am I saying that it's good to take the pictures of the information, of your details of the employer, of the details of the how do you call it? Oh my God, details of the agency that brought you, details of your office here. It's important to take them. So because you find that some girls here, when they are distressed, maybe when they are some girls here, when maybe they're being mistreated, they take a video explaining that they are being mistreated, they need help, and then they upload it on social media, but they have not given out the information, full information, like who brought them here, where they are, their employer's details. We don't know, so it becomes difficult to offer help. But if you give out your information, like, my name is Mary Juliana, I came with this agency, and my employer's contact is this and this, and I'm working in this place, you know, you give out that information, then you say your problem. Maybe you are being mistreated, maybe you have been beaten up. In case you go offline, we know at least where you are, we know who you are, we know where to start. Okay, that is why it's important to keep those informations, because the moment you will arrive at your employer's home, they will take your documents from you, starting from passport. Some employers take the contract, but you're supposed to keep the contract. They will take those documents from you, so you'll not have them. And maybe it will be difficult to tell your boss to give you the documents. Maybe you want to use them. They will not give them to you until you finish your 2 years contract, because they believe if they give you your documents, you will run away. And it will be a loss on their side, because they have bought you. Practically, you have been bought to come and work here for 2 years. Okay, so make sure that you have a copy of the information, a copy of your contract in your phone, so that in case you get mistreated, you share the information in that contract on social media, so that we know how to help you. Another thing that you're supposed to know, don't take all the advices on social media practically. Don't practice all the advices that you encounter on social media. These advices that we normally give here, you have to filter and know what will work for you, okay? You know, some people come here with a mentality, like, for example, you will find a video on social media of ladies saying that they have to steal food so that they can eat. They are being denied food, so they steal. So in your head, you know that I have to steal to eat, okay? We have ladies that will tell you on social media, I normally do my work slowly because my boss will keep me busy even after I have worked for more than 10 hours. So you'll come here with that mentality that I want to do my work slowly, so that I don't finish quickly, because I don't have to rush, because maybe if you finish quickly, you'll be given another work. So you come with that mentality. I'll advise you that come as a new person. Okay, those advices are good. I'm not saying they are bad. But when you come here and you are a newcomer, don't put all those advices in practice. Don't practice all of those advices, because you are not working for your friend's boss. You are not working for the boss that was mistreating someone. You are not working for the boss that was denying someone food. People are different. People react differently. People behave differently. Okay? So you find that maybe there is this boss that maybe your boss wants you to work quickly so that you finish your work and you go to your room and rest. We have bosses that give their employers time to rest. Okay? We have bosses that don't deny their employers food. They just here. We have so many nice people here in the Middle East. So those videos that you see on social media, they should not You should not follow everything that you see on social media. We just give them so that in case maybe you encounter a similar situation, you know how to do. You know what to do, you know how to deal with it. That is why we normally share those experiences. But we don't share them so that when you come, you practice them immediately. Okay? If you come here, just behave normally. Don't come with that fear. Don't come with that phobia. Like now, if you want to take something, you have to hide. No, 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 no. These are new people. You are new people. You are a new person to them. They don't know you. You don't know them. So just act as a normal person, like how you can go and visit your sister. How you will you behave in that house. You don't have to steal things. You don't have to work slowly. Just do your work and then let them judge you. See their reaction. See how they will react. Maybe see how they give you food, okay? If they tell you, if they haven't told you that you're not supposed to eat this one, just eat. Sit down. Even if that house has camera, you don't have to hide and eat. Because in that contract, it's written, your employer is supposed to give you shelter, food, and basic needs. All basic needs, including food, sanitary towels, and all those stuff, okay? So you don't have to hide to eat. Just take your food and eat. If now they tell you not to eat, that is when maybe you can apply those tactics. But before they tell you, don't do this, don't do this, just behave normally. Just clean your home and finish your work. Maybe if you find out that maybe after cleaning they still come and complain, or maybe they give you extra work after you have worked for so long hours, maybe you have worked for more than 10 hours and they don't want you to rest. That's why when you can apply the techniques of maybe working slowly so that you don't get tired quickly and maybe you have to work for more than 15 hours. All right. Another thing is this one of striking when you are given, when you have not been given your salary. I know so many videos have been circulating on social media and you have already encountered them. You have already come across them. Like if you have not been given your salary, stop working. Okay, that person maybe stopped working in their house and she was given her salary. Okay, you will not just wake up and go on a strike. Okay, these things you have to plan them. Like you have to ask yourself this question: what if? Before you do anything in an Arab man home, you have to ask yourself this question: what if? And get the answer to that what if before you carry on with your plan. Okay, for example, if maybe you have worked for 1 month, 2 months, and they have not given you salary, and you want to take action, the first thing that you're supposed to do is tell your boss that you need that salary. You need that salary. See the response of your boss first. If the response is not good enough, maybe you can involve your agency now. You can talk to your agent back in Kenya and tell them that you have not been paid for the 2 months that you have worked or 1 month that you have worked. See the response of the agency. Talk to that office in Saudi Arabia. The office number is normally in your contract. The contact of the office, of your office in Saudi Arabia, is normally on your contract. If you have not been given salary and the response from your boss is not positive one, maybe you can try contacting your agency or your office here in Saudi Arabia and see how they answer you, how they respond. Before you proceed to striking, before you proceed to stopping working. Because some of these employers will stop working and they will deny you food because you have not worked. Okay? So I'll tell you a little story as we proceed. You know, I've been here for quite some time, and so I have a network of friends. And some of them, they normally come for advices and we talk. Sometimes we advise, do this and this, and it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But we normally give them like, you should have like 3 plans. If plan 1 fails, you're going with plan 2. If plan 2 fails, you're going with plan 3. So plan 1 is to talk to your employer. If your employer doesn't give you your salary, maybe you have to go on a strike. But before you go on a strike, you have to prepare. How do you prepare? Because chances are, you know, some of these Arabs, they have smoked shisha and the smoke hasn't gone to their lungs. It has gone to their hearts. So their hearts is very black. They will not even care. Like they have not given you salary, but they still will react badly if you ask them. So you have to go in a very polite manner. Like you have to have that courage. You have to be courageous, but not rude. You have to be brave, but not rude. So you go and ask them politely. Maybe you can tell them like you have not paid your school fees for your sons or your daughters, your kids back in Kenya. Something like that. Like your kids are home because you have not sent money for school fees, and see their reaction. Maybe if the reaction is not positive, maybe you can gather some snacks. gather some snacks that can last you for 2 days and put them in your room where nobody has seen, okay? Put the snacks in your room and some water and stuff that maybe if you go on a strike, you stop working and they don't give you food, you can eat that as you figure out what to do next, okay? So if you go on a strike and they deny you food, they tell you that you'll not eat because you have not been given food, and now you will go back to your snacks and eat the snacks, okay? As you eat the snacks, you are planning what to do next, and at this time you have to go down. Like, they are wrong, but you have to humble, because now you have to swallow your ego, because you have everything to lose. They have nothing to lose, because remember, it's their country, you are in their house, and they have the last say. They have the authority, and you are vulnerable, okay? You are vulnerable in that house, so you cannot be thick-headed. You cannot be rude. You cannot act without thinking. So if in case maybe you go on a strike and they don't give you your money after going on a strike, and maybe they decide to deny you food, and you cannot eat those snacks for long. Maybe you'll eat them for 1 day and 2 days, and you find that after eating snacks for 2 days, because they have denied you food, they still didn't give you a salary. You have to go down. Humble. Go ask for forgiveness. Yes, go ask for forgiveness. Act stupid. Sometimes you don't have to tell them that I know my rights. Sometimes I know my rights doesn't work. Okay? Sometimes even if they are on the wrong, you just have to humble and act as if that you are the one who was on the wrong. Apologize so that they calm down. Because at this moment, if you're planning to run away, when everybody is mad in that house, you will not succeed, because you will be on watch. They are watching you. So you have to humble. You have to calm down, humble, go ask for forgiveness. If it means kneeling down, just kneel, my dear. You are already in the Middle East, and this one, we have just taken that risk. Okay? So everything you have to do, you have to be very humble. Go and ask for forgiveness. If possible, kneel. Tell them, I'm sorry, I'll not do this again, and that. And then now plan for your way to go out of that house, because now you cannot stay in that house without being paid. There is a story I watched of girls, but this one was in Lebanon. Like, this girl had worked here for 2 years without salary. And the boss is telling her that she should go back to her country, that she will send her the money, the salary for 2 years. That one is a big scam. That one is a big lie. Never work for more than 3 months without salary. 3 months should be maximum. 3 months should be maximum. You should never work for more than 3 months without salary. If they're not paying you and your agency is not responding, then you have to find your way out. Maybe go to the police station and get deported back to your country. Try another luck in another country. Because if it exceeds 3 months, you will not be paid that money, and there is nothing you will do about it, because you can't even afford a lawyer. It's their country, and we have little that we can do. So the best thing you do, you leave them in their house and go away. Maybe you can decide to work as an illegal immigrant, or go back to your country. But I'll advise you go back to your country and try your luck in another country. That is the issue about salary. Another thing that you're supposed to know, before you come in this country. Well, this is a Muslim country. I know all of you know that this is a Muslim country. That is an obvious thing. And in Muslim country, they follow those laws of Moses. You know the laws of Moses? Like, there is no fornication. No fornication. No fornication. Like, if you leave your country to come here, just know that there is no boyfriend, there is no man. Those people that you are seeing them having boyfriends and they are posting on social media and they are in Saudi, just know that they are Kemboys. They are not on contract. They have already run away. And I will tell you for free, as I'm recording this video, this is which month? October. This is October. In October, we have lost 17 girls. In October only, we have lost 17 girls. And these 17 girls are Kemboys. I mean, 15 are Kemboys, 2 girls were on contract. 15 are Kemboys. Only 2 girls out of 17 were on contract. And that number is the only number that is a number of girls that their cases reached social media. We don't know about those cases that didn't reach social media. So out there, it's very risky. Very risky. Working out there is very risky. There is a case I covered here of that girl that was poured acid on with a jealous girl. They were it was a love triangle. They were fighting over a man out there. It's very risky. So I normally advise people to stick on the contract. Stay there on contract unless your life is in danger and you are running away to save your life. That's the only time that you are supposed to run away. And if you manage to go away, I normally advise you find yourself in the deportation center, go back to your country, safe and sound. Because the rate at which these young girls are dying out here, it's alarming. It's alarming. I'm not saying that only Kembois die, but the rate at which Kembois die, it's very high. And these Kembois are not killed with Arabs. Take it from me. These Kembois, they just kill themselves. They are killed by fellow Kenyans, by the way. Love triangle, love triangle, love triangle. Some you will find that there is somebody who has been posted here for he will be posted here missing. After 1 week, he'll be found in the morgue. He's dead. What killed that person? Nobody knows. And you know, the Kembois are not staying like one person in the house. No, they are a group of girls. So many of them in that house. And you find that one of them goes missing and she's found in the morgue. You wonder how is it that nobody knew that somebody was missing? And they are staying in groups. They are friends. There are so many. Some of them, they poison each other. Some of them, they kill each other. They stab each other. It's so messy out there. I never advise somebody to run away unless it's the last option, the last thing that you have to do then. Unless you are running away to save your life. That is the only time that you're supposed to run away. I hope this video have helped you if you're planning to come here in the Middle East.